A crew's making some progress on that massive wildfire near Yosemite National Park, the Oak Fire. It's become California's largest of the year. Flames engulfing more than 28 square miles, destroying dozens of homes, forcing thousands to evacuate.
There's brush that has been on the ground for years now that is just tinder dry. It takes one spark and instantly you have a fire.
Right now, the fire is only about 26% contained, and we're joined right now by Beth Pratt. She lives less than a mile from the evacuation zone. You also happen to be the regional executive director for the National Wildlife Federation there, so you know this landscape. First, I got to say, I'm really thankful that you're okay. You haven't had to evacuate yet, but what are you seeing crews doing overhead and on the ground?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me and for those well wishes. Yeah, I'm on pre-evac right now, which means I could be alerted and, need to go at any moment. So I'm packed up and just hoping I don't get that text. But it's terrifying. I've been up here 25 years. I've probably experienced about 20 fires. I evacuate 3 times. This is the scariest fire I've experienced. It's a monster. It's behaving because of things like drought and climate change. It's behaving. The firefighters have never seen anything like it. And seeing the smoke billowing up in my front yard, I'm exhausted and scared, but hopeful. I am hopeful they are getting a handle on it, that I may be okay. I'm also one of the lucky ones. 25 people have lost homes in a community of Mariposa of only 400. That's a lot. And some of those are friends. So I feel really lucky that I may come through this.
Well, you're fortunate and you're still on pre-evacuation. But as you mentioned, you've been through a lot of fires. California seeing some of the most historic wildfires just in the past couple of years. So you know about how dangerous the conditions would be. But why is this one so scary? Why is this fire moving differently, do you think?
There's no one cause to any one fire. But listen, the underlying driver of all this is climate, right? We are experiencing a 12 or 1,500 year unprecedented drought. We have tree die-offs. We have, also things that are contributing, like years of fire suppression and bad logging practices in the past. But the climate change has sort of raised the bar, or has really sort of made the situation extreme. It is so dry up here that vegetation ignites with heat. So, for me, when I get told this is a California problem, I get a little angry. No, this is from people who are denying climate change. In coal-burning states, I joke, please come, it's not really a joke, please come help fight this fire, because it's climate inaction in other places that affect all of us.
Yeah, there's something different about this season that we're in, this era that we're in of wildfires. But I know there are only a few hundred people, I think, in your community, right? I mean, I would think you know everybody up where you are. Do you know any of the firefighters? Have you heard anything hopeful from them?
Yeah, I mean, this morning it did seem to, we're at 26% containment, which doesn't seem like a lot, but that's a lot for a fire. It's when you're at 0, you start feeling, yeah, I mean, Mid-Pines is 400. Then some of the communities where the fires moved into. Mariposa County itself is only, I think, 16,000 people. So yeah, some of my friends are firefighters on the front lines. I am hearing hope, obviously, with the morning report and last night. But also, this has been a monster of a fire to fight. And, I can't thank those firefighters and first responders enough. 25 homes is still a lot for a small community, but that we didn't lose more is a testament to how hard they've all worked.
Yeah, and I actually know people who are from the town of Paradise when that historic fire happened, and the devastation and the loss of life, even from some of the fire crews. So we all are so appreciative of all of our crews who are working to keep people safe. But just one more question. There was a couple, we actually showed some video of it earlier while you were speaking, of a couple who lost their home. They said their home exploded. So do you happen to know what is happening to help those folks who have had to evacuate, who have lost their homes?
Yeah, again, I got to give kudos, Mariposa County Sheriff, CAL FIRE, all the way up to Governor Newsom declaring a state of emergency. The resources on the ground have been phenomenal. And I think it's a testament that this fire didn't get, more out of control. I mean, it's out of control, but yeah, there's so many resources from, the getting set up where people can evacuate at the fairgrounds to, local restaurants like my friends at the 1850 providing food for the firefighters. So this community really does come together. Sadly, we've had to do it so many times. We know how to support each other. So that's one of the great things about living in a small community. You all know each other and you all come together to get through things like this.
Well, it's amazing. I'm from a small town in Northern California, Sheridan, 1,000 people in that town. And so I understand, and I'm so grateful that you all are bonding together. And I'm so happy that you're okay. Please continue to be safe.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.